Welcome back, friends. We are celebrating the end of 2025 with the top 10 of your most favorite recipes from eatingonadime.com. And today is recipe number 8. And today is a recipe that Carrie and I have been making since we were little kids. So trust me, it is a tried and true recipe. You guys didn't know, we literally grew up in restaurants. Our parents owned restaurants and we have always been making fried onion rings at home. And today we're gonna show you how. Once you make these homemade onion rings, you are never gonna order them at a restaurant again because these are 10 out of 10 amazing. And to show you how, we have another blast from the past. Carrie is gonna walk you through step by step so you can make these too. Guys, I ask these every year for my birthday because they are so good and so irresistible. I cannot wait for you to try them too. Once you try them, please let us know in the comments below what you think.
Hey friends, it's Carrie here with eatingonadime.com, and today I'm making the very best homemade onion rings. You can find the full recipe at eatingonadime.com or the link in the description below. It's easy and delicious. Homemade onion rings, you want to decide the perfect onions to make the best onion rings. Now you can do a white onion or a yellow onion. I prefer the yellow onions because they have a little bit more milder taste, but the white onions are a little firmer so you won't get them broken as often, but you can do either one. Just make sure when you're shopping for onions you don't get the really small tiny onions because you won't have any of those good pretty big onion rings. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is cut our onions. I'm gonna do yellow onions today. Oh, I already have one right here. And we're gonna first just cut the edges off. After the edges are cut off, we're gonna do a little slice into the onion and peel away the edges. Get rid of the trash, and then we're going to slice our onions. We want to slice our onions not too thick, but thick enough to where they won't fall apart. I'm gonna go with probably about a ½ inch thick. Then you simply, once you have the onions done and sliced, you simply just push the middle and your rings will form. Be gentle so you don't break them like I just did. So gently start from the inside out. If you start from the outside in, your onion rings will break. I've been making onion rings since before I could drive. So we know all the tips and tricks on how to make the best onion rings. Now when you're separating into your rings, there's two different sides to onions. If it's hard to push out, you're pushing it the wrong way. The onions are actually at a diagonal, so just flip it over and it makes it very easy to pop out. Okay, so in our first bowl, we're going to add eggs and milk. And then we're going to whisk these together. That was in the second bowl. I got this wrong. In the first bowl, we're going to add flour. And then in the last bowl, we're doing panko breadcrumbs. You can do regular breadcrumbs, but we like panko because they crisp up and they're firm and they'll stay on the actual onion rings when you're frying them. Now we're ready to batter up our onion rings. I do like to get the onion rings wet, and in fact some people highly recommend that you soak them in ice water first, but you want to at least get them wet. We're going to start with just coating them in the flour, dropping them in the egg mixture, and then in the breadcrumbs. And let me get my platter. go. Now, the trick is to make sure you have a wet hand and a dry hand. So this is my dry hand, so I'll be touching the onion ring when I'm messing with the dry. I will plop it in there and then I'll use my wet hand, and this prevents you just not getting as messy. And then I'm gonna switch again to my dry hand. And then I'm lay it on there. Wet hand, dry hand, to the wet. Wet hand. Okay. And we're going to continue this for every single onion ring. Okay. Okay, so our onion rings are battered and ready to be fried. I am using a mini deep fryer that I have preheated our oil to 375 degrees. It's very important that your oil is at the right temperature, because if it gets too hot, you're going to get burnt onion rings. And if it's too soft, you're going to get or not too soft. If it's too low in temperature, you're going to get very soggy and oily onion rings. So you want it to be the perfect temperature. Now, you do not have to have a deep fryer for this recipe. You can just use a stock pot on your stovetop and do the exact same thing. However, we recommend you use like a meat thermometer or a candy thermometer to check the temperature to make sure that it's at the right temperature before you start frying. Okay, so now that they're done, we're just going to fry them. So I'm going to lift up the basket and place them in. I don't want really them to overlap. You can throw quite a bit in there. And we're gonna press them down. Ooh, the sizzle. So we cooked our onion rings for 2 to 3 minutes on each side. It doesn't take very long. You just want them to be nice and golden brown. Now I have a plate lined with paper towels, so that way any excess grease can soak into those paper towels. I mean, look at that beautiful color. Oopsie. Now, a little tip, I like to salt them right when they come out of the fryer. And then we continue to our next round. There's a couple tips I want to give you with some onion rings. Now, when you batter up your onion rings, you can actually store these in the fridge until you're ready to actually fry them. So you don't have to do it all in one day. So if you're going to throw like a big party, you can throw these in the fridge and save them. You can also save your leftover onion rings after they are done cooking. Now, we prefer our onion rings fresh out of the fryer, but that's not always the case. If you do have leftovers, simply store them in an airtight container in your fridge, but don't microwave them for reheating. We recommend a quick drop in the fryer to crisp them back up, or if you have an air fryer, you can throw them in there for a couple minutes and crisp them right back up as well. Thanks so much for joining me. Don't forget, you can get the full recipe in the link in the description, or you can go to eatingonadime.com and you can make your own homemade onion rings too. I'll see you next time. Bye, friends.
Friends, that's it. Make sure you come back tomorrow for recipe number 7. We are counting down every day to 2026, and we don't want you to miss out. Because remember, friends, if everyone else loved it, I bet you love it too. We will see you tomorrow, and until then, remember, make sure you're eating at home by eating on a dime. Bye, friends.